I Saw the Devil is a South Korean film that came out in 2010 and was directed by Kim Ji-woon. This film stars Choi Min-sik, who some people might know from Oldboy, as a serial killer who murders the fiancée of a Secret Service agent played by Lee Byung-hun. And once this agent finds out what has happened, he goes after this man seeking revenge. And that's all I'm gonna say. There are other characters, but really this story is focused on these two men and how they choose to go about certain situations, which makes for an extremely intriguing cat and mouse dynamic. Because unlike other movies of this genre, this film doesn't leave its audience in the dark. From the very first scene, we see who this serial killer is, and the film continues to jump between these two characters to continuously show us what they're up to. Hearing this, you might think that that would take away from the tension if the identity of the killer is revealed straight up. But this film isn't so much of a mystery as it is a really brutal action thriller. The threat is still there. And seeing how this guy lures in his victims and what he ultimately does to them is sick. And for some people, I'm sure it'll be too much. It's very graphic, so there's your warning. Choi Min-sik plays this killer very convincingly. You really buy him as this disgusting human being that you just want to see die. Lee Byung-hun, and apologies if I'm mispronouncing some of these names, gives a great performance as this agent. There are quite a few action sequences in which he is absolutely badass. The thing with his character is we don't get to see who he is before he goes down this revenge-seeking path. There is but one scene where he's talking on the phone with his fiancée, which also ties into the really creepy opening, but that's about it. He's so focused on catching this guy from the get-go that he doesn't even have time to grieve. On top of that, he's kind of an anti-hero, just because of the lengths that he's willing to go to fulfill his want for revenge. So much so that he doesn't even want to work with the cops, because he feels like having this guy arrested just isn't good enough. This meaning that his journey is very lonesome. Hearing all that, one might get the impression that this is a very detached character that the audience might not even be able to get behind and latch on to. And in some ways that might be true. He isn't the most relatable character. However, this actor has such an amazing way of expressing this man's emotions through his eyes. There are quite a few close-ups, and right there, one can immediately identify the rage and the hurt that he's feeling. It's very nuanced, because at the same time he's trying to suppress these emotions in order to stay focused. I thought that was really well done. In regards to negatives, I don't have too many. There were a few conveniences which are there to move the story along, so while they do serve a purpose, I still found them to be annoying. Other than that, one has a film with great acting, great cinematography, a great atmosphere, and an ending that left me so cold. Yeah. Again, I'll just quickly bring up the violence, because for some people it will be too disturbing. I thought it fit the tone very well. I'm going to give I Saw the Devil an A-. Thanks for watching.